with the NFL, there's a good few teams that are still unbeaten in the NFL right now, y'all. The Falcons, the Packers, the Bengals, the Broncos, and the Patriots. And it's interesting to wonder, man, which it's I mean, we're going into week 5. You know what I mean? Like we're at it's funny how fast time goes. We're already at the halfway mark of the season. And you just wonder like which of these teams is gonna lose. Like this weekend, the Falcons are slated to play the Redskins, the Packers are slated to play the Rams, the Bengals are supposed to play the Seahawks, the Patriots are playing the Cowboys, and the Broncos play the Raiders. So,
Why you say that last one like that?
well,
They play the Raiders,
yeah, they play the Raiders, but I'm not sleeping on the Raiders.
but they play the Raiders.
I'm not sleeping on the Raiders. But I can't put that all on Peyton Manning. I'm not gonna say because they're trying to change the whole offense. They're trying to take offensive control away from Peyton Manning.
Mm.
But going from that, who do y'all believe of the unbeaten teams is most likely to fall this weekend? Khalid, give me your perspective on it first.
I feel like Cincinnati might be the one.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we was just talking about the Seahawks coming off of that win from that missed call and giving them momentum. Like that's what I wanted to reference. What you call it? The Seahawks having that momentum now that they won that game off that missed call. Now they feel like they can play at a level where they like feel comfortable that they can win their division
Mm-hmm.
and essentially be in the playoffs. So I do feel like they're gonna play at a very elite level. I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals, they playing amazingly well, but I don't know, the matchup for them seems harder than the other teams.
Okay, Rashad, what do you think?
I agree. The Seahawks. The Seahawks is probably the best. I'd say the best team that's playing the undefeated teams right now. That has a chance to win. If the Cowboys was healthy, maybe the Cowboys. And like I said, don't sleep on the Raiders. Because like I said, Peyton Manning, that team has not been putting up the points like it used to. And actually,
But their defense has been
their
amazing.
their defense
Yeah.
has been good too. But the Raiders are actually a team that's kind of putting up some points.
Mm-hmm.
That has a vertical deep threat and everything now. They actually have a run game. So that's a team that you can't really sleep on. You can't be like you can't think of like the old Raiders like, oh, it's an automatic win, it's an easy win on the schedule. I don't think the Raiders is an easy win no more, especially the way the Broncos been playing. Even though they have a good defense, they don't put enough points up for me to confidently say they're going to beat the Raiders. But I feel the Seahawks is probably be the ones that'll beat the Cincinnati.
I think the Broncos have the what? Who do I want to? I think the Seahawks have the Patriot effect slash Pittsburgh Steeler effect when Big Ben is healthy,
Mm.
because the Broncos the way they're changing their culture is to run the ball more and make sure Peyton Manning is less liable to be hit as many times in the game as he's being hit. But I also feel like they always know that hey, when it comes down to game time, we're gonna put the ball in Peyton Manning's hands so that he will take us to the promised land. Whenever they played over 60% of their drives when Peyton Manning plays out of the shotgun has resulted in touchdowns. So no, most times it's because they're trying to force run the ball or force I formation plays or force single back formation plays that they're trying to run this offense that that's not tailored to how Peyton Manning's strengths are. They're not. That's the reason why they're not putting up points. But the minute they give the offense to Peyton Manning, they start going on scoring runs because then he starts going back in the shotgun, Omaha, on all teams. So I think the Broncos. I know the Raiders aren't a team to sleep on, but I mean, uh, I at the same time, the Raiders defense. No.
But some of the defense the Broncos been playing this season
Khalil
aren't that
Khalil
good.
Mack is a great defensive player, but
Some of the defense the Broncos playing aren't that good this season, and they
uh,
still don't put up
same
points.
thing with the Raiders.
Mhm.
You're
And you're
right.
talking about the Raiders putting up points. Their defenses that they play to
Well,
haven't been,
see,
and the Raiders are two and
The Raiders
two.
are 2-2. What are the games they lost with no Derek Carr?
And
Derek Carr makes a big impact on that team for the quarterback.
so does the health of Peyton Manning's running backs,
But CJ,
especially if you're running the ball all the time. If you're telling him, hey, we're not gonna have our starting running back, but we're gonna keep running the ball. Does that sound like a good
but
proposition?
Nope.
the backup running back was a starter before.
That don't matter.
It do
Josh
because you have a
Josh
better running back
McCown's the
than him.
starter in Cleveland. He
Mhm.
was a backup before.
No, but I'm saying because the backup is still Monte Ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Monte Ball was a starter for them last year.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Anderson wasn't really there. Well, he wasn't even there.
Mm-mm.
So when you
And we saw how the Broncos did last season.
but he's still a starting running back. You brought someone in who's better. It's it's same thing with everything.
So is Trey Mason the starting running back?
He started, didn't he?
Just because you start doesn't
He
mean
started
you're
last
starting.
season.
Is Josh McCown a starting quarterback?
No. See, you're changing it.
I'm not. I'm
He
just
was
asking,
he was
are
a
these
starter
people
for more than one
starters?
season.
Are these people starters?
Trey
Josh
Mason
McCown was a
Trey
starter
Mason
for more
did
than one season.
Trey Mason didn't even start all 16 games as a starter.
Is Trey Mason a starting running back?
No.
Is Josh McCown a starting quarterback?
No.
Is Monte Ball a starting running back
Yes.
on a championship team?
Why does he have to be a championship team? Why can't he just be a starting back in the league?
Because there's a difference between.
If he was a starting running back for a championship team, they wouldn't have CJ Anderson there.
But I'm saying that's the point. That's the point.
But he still can carry the load for the team. I'm saying,
but when you give the ball to him, it's obvious the Broncos offense hasn't been effective.
it hasn't been that effective with CJ Anderson there either.
But I'm saying though, that's the reason why they've been putting the ball in Peyton Manning's hands more often. And I'm saying,
the run's not effective.
Yeah, because the run is not effective, but they're forced running the ball because they're trying to get into that John Elway way of winning the games now, where it's not all not all credit is the reason for winning is not all on Peyton Manning. The reason for winning is more of a team thing than just Peyton Manning. Because before they won with just Peyton Manning, but they got to the Super Bowl. But now you're trying to change the culture. Granted, they just started the season with the new coach, and last year it was Peyton Manning or bust, and Peyton Manning got hurt against the Rams last season, and then his play dropped. If you can say drop, even for most quarterbacks, that's not drop. But for Peyton Manning, it was considered a drop of production. But now you're force feeding these running backs, one who's a rookie and one who, on most NFL teams, I don't think would start. If you go through top tier teams of the league that have actual starting running backs, I don't think he would start. I think at this point the Broncos are just like, hey, whoever's next up. Now, if you're telling me, because especially with the culture they're trying to run, if you're telling me that team's a Peyton Manning run offense and it's the Peyton Manning passes and the shotgun stuff all the time, Monte Ball's a starting running back. But in a team that runs the ball predominantly, he's not a starting running back. On the Patriots, they can start Monte Ball because Tom Brady's always throwing the ball. But if you're telling me you're going to run the ball 60 to 40% of passing the ball, he's not a starting running back. That's the reason why the Patriots have never had a name, official running back or a name running back, because they throw the ball so much and they just run screens and stuff with the receivers and the running back. So if you're telling me that he's a starting running back on a run dominant team, no. But I also agree with y'all that the Seahawks are most likely to beat the Bengals because the Bengals, they've been playing great and all, but that Seahawks defense, man, when Cam Chancellor is in the lineup, they are just ferocious. Like it's just lethal how much they limit their opponents. Yeah, their offense is not good at all. But that's the weird thing with the Seahawks for me, because they're such a tricky pick because you don't know what their offense is going to do game in, game out. Like, think about it. Russell Wilson looked amazing last game. Like, apart from his 2 fumbles. But he looked amazing. And they held, they didn't put a lot of points on the board, but we think about all the hero plays and all the scramble plays Russell Wilson made. And yet they didn't even put that many points up. And you just sit there and you're like, man, I feel like
they should have had a whole lot.
Yeah, I feel like they should have had more points. Granted, Marshawn Lynch did not play last game. But you're sitting there, you're like, man, I feel like they should be putting up more points. Like you said in past shows, how they're not using Jimmy Graham. It's honestly just odd that you trade away your best offensive lineman for a wide receiver that his specialty is not to block, but then you have him just blocking. And then he's had 4 receptions in like previous games, and it's just like, what? This man's arguably, along with Gronkowski, the best tight end in the game. Like, what? And you're not gonna utilize him to his full capability. But at the end of the day, like, defense wins championships, offense does win games, and I think their defense is just it just smothers. Like, it smothers. But then also, the weird thing for one of the other picks, you're talking about the Cowboys and the Patriots. It's weird because the Cowboys are just a team that I just don't, because I just don't get the Cowboys.
Even if it was healthy, Even if it was healthy.
If y'all had everybody
we-
healthy,
Okay, everybody.
Against
Okay,
the
no.
Patriots.
I'm not. I'm not even gonna say everybody. Even if you take away Orlando Scandrick because he got hurt before the season started. If you had everybody who's been here since we started the season, I think we could. I think that would be a team that beat the Patriots.
I honestly I
no.
don't know.
Think about it, we get
I-
Rolando McClain back this week too, and we get Greg Hardy back. So think
You do.
about it. You have Rolando McClain and Sean Lee, no linebackers.
Mhm.
Greg Hardy and DeMarcus Lawrence on your two ends,
Mhm.
and then you have your corners. I mean, your corners are a little suspect, but mainly you need your linebackers to guard like a Gronk or
Nobody can guard Gronk. Nobody can guard
They
Gronk.
can contain them.
Nobody
They
can
can
guard
contain
Gronk.
them.
Nobody can guard. Bro, the Seahawks couldn't even contain Gronkowski. Nobody can
They
guard
don't.
Gronk,
Who
bro.
they have other than Bobby
Cam
Wagner?
Chancellor. What?
Cam Chancellor doesn't line up directly on him.
Yes, he does.
He
That's
said
what
he
he did in
lined
the
back.
Super Bowl. He did that the whole Super Bowl. He guarded Gronkowski. That's what they were always saying. We have to be rough with him because Cam Chancellor is the one person that's 6 foot something that can match up with Gronkowski's physicality. They did try matchups where they put Bobby Wagner on him, who Bobby Wagner is a good coverage linebacker, which the Cowboys don't have.
You don't think Sean Lee is a good cover cornerback?
I don't think he's as good coverage linebacker as Bobby Wagner, and he also doesn't have Cam Chancellor behind him helping him. And then Cam Chancellor is also covering Gronkowski throughout the game too. So those are two things they don't have. So even if y'all were that healthy, the only way I see y'all possibly, if y'all were that healthy, beating the Patriots is if Greg Hardy and your whole defensive line and your linebackers are able to keep Tom Brady uncomfortable in the pocket.
Which I think we can do now.
I
He
honestly,
throw the balls out way too fast.
Which I think we can do still.
I
think
don't-
we can do.
y'all secondary is poo. I don't think y'all could contain y'all couldn't hold super water, bro. I honestly like after watching how y'all have lost recently, like y'all secondary sucks. Like it's bad. It's bad. No, it's just weird because the Cowboys will put up all these points and that's the reason why I'm like the Cowboys are a trick pick because they put up all these points and then their secondary is just bad. Like they just get destroyed. Like you let CJ Spiller. Granted, that was a rookie that got put in because Sean Lee got hurt. But you let CJ. Like you have one job.
If you look at the play,
Like
if you look at the play, he came in late, and then it was all confusion.
But
you
That-
have to know
if you
your job.
see how Drew Brees hiked the ball, he was like, "Let's go, we gotta go."
Yeah, but you have to know your
It's
job.
communication error.
You have to know
It's
your
not.
job.
It's not really.
And that's why I don't like. That's why the Cowboys are.
It's one play.
But
It cost us the game. Yes.
Oh,
But teams have come back on y'all, Rashad. The
Teams have come
Falcons
back.
went on a 22-0 run on y'all. That is terrible. That's bad.
22-0.
The whole second half, the Falcons were like, okay, time to stop taking it easy. And Julio Jones single-handedly, no Roddy White, nobody else. Julio Jones, granted, one of the best receivers in the league, but by himself.
He's been doing it to everybody though.
But I'm saying,
Abuse
when you have
secondary.
one man,
He's been doing it to everybody.
but I'm saying,
Roddy
Rashad,
White had 2
they
straight games of no
they
receptions.
went on a 22-0 run. It's different if he scores once. 22 points.
He didn't score 22.
No, I'm saying they drove the field up on y'all to score 22 points to nothing. To nothing.
And we did that the first half.
But I'm saying
They did it.
No,
We
But
did
that's
no.
the
Y'all
thing.
didn't hold
They
them
did the second
scoreless.
half.
Y'all didn't hold them scoreless. They put up 6 points now. Y'all didn't hold them scoreless. They went on a 22-0 run on y'all. Y'all didn't hold them
Okay.
scoreless.
But we did it the first half. They did the second half. They have a
But
better
y'all didn't
offense than
hold
us.
them. That's my
We
point.
have a
They
backup
showed
playing
the
the
ability
game.
to drive the ball on y'all in the first half.
The
They just
full
didn't
team was
convert it into points. And y'all defense. I'm just saying though, y'all defense even because you said without Orlando
person
Scandrick.
go-
I'm talking about
exactly.
your secondary. I'm not
The
talking about your
person guarding
defensive
Julio
line.
Jones is
I'm
out.
talking about your secondary.
The person guarding Julio Jones is out.
Yes, your secondary. And the Falcons aren't even the best passing team in the league. So you're telling me against the Patriots
Julio Jones is
that
the best
same-
receiver in the league right now.
and Gronkowski is the best tight end.
But Gronkowski doesn't get as many touches as Julio Jones
Boy,
does. Julio Jones is leading the league in touches.
He is, but the Patriots have more. I'm not gonna say they have more weapons, but they definitely throw the ball more than the Falcons, and they're gonna abuse your secondary more than the Falcons. Julian Edelman,
But see, the Falcons have a run game.
they do. But I'm
That
saying,
opens up a
guess
lot
what
for-
stops the
that opens-
passing
That
game?
opens up a lot for Julio Jones.
No, but I'm saying, but if Julio Jones is if Julio Jones, if Julio Jones is consistently double covered, there's still some.
You can't double cover him when Devontae Devontae Freeman is running for 3 touchdowns a game. You can't double cover him
You
anymore.
still
So
can't
you have
double
to
cover
run the
him.
block to
'Cause-
stop him.
No,
Because
they
it's
did not.
pick
They
your
always
poison.
kept the safety over
It's
top.
pick your
There was
poison.
no. They always kept the safety over top of Julio Jones. You see when they handle the ball, the safeties
His
run
plays,
up.
His plays aren't vertical routes.
They're not all vertical
His
routes.
routes are deep slants.
His plays are not. But I'm saying if
His
there's a
touchdowns against us
safety,
were deep
there's
slants.
always a safety sitting over top of the route, but he
Waiting.
still gets the ball. That's what I am saying. Your secondary is so poo. Y'all know what's coming. You see it coming, but you can't stop it. So how are you supposed to tell me you're going to stop Gronkowski, the best physical specimen in the league as far as the tight end is,
'Cause
and then
he's
Julian
not as
Edelman,
fast.
Danny Amendola? How you going to stop them? And you expect me to pick the Cowboys to be able to win a game?
I didn't pick the Cowboys to win.
No, I'm saying if y'all were relatively healthy.
Then I picked them.
But how could y'all
'Cause we
win
put
such a
points
game?
up.
But how
Yeah,
you
he
gonna
can't
stop
put
them
points
from
up. We
how
can
you gonna
stop. We can
them
stop
from
a
scoring?
team.
I'm saying but their defense, you can't act like you're
They're
just,
not going to torch us for 50 points.
No, I mean
Yeah,
that's Tom Brady.
They would not torch us for 50 points. No, it doesn't matter if he's Tom Brady.
I don't know.
Had it big.
I don't know. Cowboys defense.
If we was healthy, no, they're not. There's no way. I don't see them getting 30 points on us. We're healthy.
50
I
points.
don't even,
50
I don't
points
even
is
think they'll
stretch.
get 30 this
50,
game.
50 points is stretch.
I don't
30.
even think they'll get
That's
30 this
plausible.
game.
I think at the least the Patriots score 28 points.
I don't even think they'll score 28.
But they scored
Wow.
28 points.
You really believe in that defense, huh?
I'm saying he's not going to torch us like that.
You really
The
believe?
offense isn't meant to torch people.
Are you sure? Are you
The
sure?
offense ain't meant to, the offense is
Come
a
on.
run offense passing wise. They run the clock out, short passes. They're not going to torch us for 28 points. I bet you they won't. No, they will not get 28 points.
28 points
They will not get
on your
28
hurt
points.
defense.
On our defense, they will not get 28.
Hold on a second. Okay.
He's about to pull up the stat.
Well, the Patriots are 4th in the league in total points, bro.
Doesn't matter what they
And they played a defense that was better than y'all.
Okay.
Pittsburgh.
They played the Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh. They played
won something.
they played teams that are better than
They
y'all.
won't get
And
their points
the
out.
thing is
And they
they're
scored 28 points.
4th in total points and they had a bye week.
They won't score.
They didn't
will
play
not
this week
score.
and they
Oh,
still
wow.
are 4th
They
in
will
total
not
points.
score 30. Okay, they will not score 30 points.
Y'all defense is 15th in total yards allowed.
They won't score 30 points.
Y'all defense doesn't make the list when it comes to total points allowed.
They won't score 30 points against us.
Not even in the top 17.
They won't score 30 points against us.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if this is fully objective and
It's not
fully
objective.
objective opinion
It's
here.
not biased.
It is biased.
Biased a little bit.
It is entirely
Not
biased in my
biased.
opinion. I think so. I think
They
you're
will
talking.
not score 30 points
I think you're talking from
Oh,
the heart and
no.
not the head.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
my vote is they will score at least 28.
They won't score 30.
I think they will score at least 28.
Uh,
At the least, I say at least
24
28.
maybe.
Huh?
24 maybe.
I say 28.
Leave it there.
I think this is fully
Oh my
objective.
God.
We can
Uh,
see.
I think
next
this is
Thursday.
fully.
Opinion's real.
I think this is fully
We
objective
can see next Thursday.
opinion here.
You said
I
fully
need to ask. I
objective
need to ask Cowboy fans. They really think they could hold the Patriots to
less than
24
20.
points, 24 points and below.
That's a good question.
That's a great question for Cowboys fans who aren't biased.
I'm not
Who
biased.
aren't biased.
I said we're gonna lose.
No.
A
But
biased
but
Cowboys
no.
fan
But
be
I'm
like,
saying.
"We got this, we got
You
this in
said
the bag."
because your defense is relatively healthy now, technically. Because you even said without Orlando Scandrick, you getting all your people back. But your defense is relatively healthy now. So
If
now
Sean-
I'm
if Sean
saying,
Lee plays.
but I'm saying your defense is still relatively
If
healthy,
Sean Lee plays.
and you're saying they can hold them for under 24
If Sean
points.
Lee plays.
So I'm saying
No, I didn't say. I said 224. I said under 28.
To 24.
no. You said you only got
But
to
they
put
scored
24.
28
I
at
said
Pittsburgh.
28.
You said under
I
24 means 21. 23 or below.
You
No.
said 24 or below, and I'm saying 28 or higher. So you got the Patriots not scoring 20, not scoring more than 24 points. You got them scoring 24. I got them scoring 28 or higher. So I want to ask unbiased Cowboy fans their opinions about y'all defense,
Unbiased
y'all
Cowboy
secondary, because y'all line is legit. Your
But that
linebacking
secondary.
core is all right, but your secondary's hurt.
With Rolando McClain back and Sean Lee's healthy, we have one of the best linebacker cores there is. They're not right.
talk-
That's one of the best.
Talking about the Cowboys, y'all all right? Because y'all don't y'all not even top 10 stopping the run, but
We didn't have Greg Hardy. We didn't have Rolando McClain.
you still had whatever. But